Good morning and welcome to the 7th annual Brian Mickelsen Memorial Marathon. I am Ashley.
And I'm Kyle.
And we are out here setting up for what's going to be a beautiful day. But right now it is freezing.
Yeah, the sun's just coming up as you can see, but it's a little chilly. It's supposed to warm up to be a pretty nice day though for the runners. I think high 70s is what we're looking at for today, so it's going to be a beautiful day.
And registration does start soon. I see runners are already showing up, stretching, getting ready. But right now everybody's just setting up and we're looking forward to a great day.
Yeah, right behind us, as you can see, the start-finish line. The time company's getting everything set up for the runners. Again, as Ashley mentioned, they're showing up here and getting registration underway, but it's going to be a fun day. We're going to try and chat with a lot of the runners, a lot of people who are here every year and do these, run this for personal reasons and some other reasons, and we're going to catch up with them throughout the rest of the day.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, run!
It's the 7th annual Brian Mickelsen Memorial Marathon. The full marathoners have already taken off today. We are we're quite a ways from the half marathoners taking off, but we wanted to talk with Jeff really quick from Start Line Racing. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing great.
And can you tell us a little bit about how the system works, the start line and all of that?
Absolutely. So what we do is we use a radio frequency, and there's just a little sticker on the back of everybody's bib that they got this morning. And what that does is when they go through the start-finish line, it picks them up and records the start time. And then when they get back here in about 3-4 hours, however long it takes them, we go ahead and record that time when they get back.
How many races do you do a year, would you say?
We do over 50 races a year, just about exclusively in Arizona. Most of them are down in the valley, but we love to come up here north too.
I'm here with Ryan Bigelow with the Cottonwood Recreation Department, and we're talking about this marathon. Obviously, we just had the full marathoners just getting started here. Beautiful day today, and first off, how many people do we have registered today?
The last I saw, Kyle, we had about 500 folks registered. A lot of 2-milers going to be out here today. 10K and half marathon are always popular, and we had at least 50 registered for the marathon. So really happy with our registrations this year and really happy to see everybody out here.
Now, understand there's a few changes to the course this year. What are some of those changes?
Yeah, nice of you to mention that. We simplified the course. What we did was we took out one of the loops in Dead Horse Ranch State Park. Beautiful state park. They go around the lagoon still, which is a really unique experience. A lot of folks still get to see the river, get to see all the things that they want to see. We just made it a little bit easier for them to do that. So they will just come right out of Dead Horse. We added a little bit of length on Sycamore Canyon Road. So fortunately, they're still the same distance of courses, and fortunately, they're still certified courses. So.
Now, I understand it's a Boston Marathon qualifier. Is that the correct terminology, or what's kind of the connection there?
We are USCA track and field certified. So what that means is that we have somebody come out, they measure the course, make sure that everything is correct. So when runners register, their mind is at ease knowing that the distances are all correct. And then if they finish high enough and if they run a good enough time, then it does qualify them for the Boston Marathon.
And, you know, obviously this being a local event, and there's a lot of people here that really love this event every single year, the same people coming out here for this. What are some of the sponsors and some of the big sponsors that we have for this event?
Yeah, sponsors are huge. Obviously, this doesn't happen without them. Northern Arizona Healthcare, Verde Valley Medical Center really helps us out. They've got their entire care physical therapy team out here today stretching people, so that's always a big one. Of course, the city of Cottonwood is a big deal. A lot of our different departments participate, and then the Chamber of Commerce, Mountain View Villa Apartments, Northern Arizona Rehab and Fitness, and there's more than I can probably list right now, but we really have a good group of supporters that come out annually for this thing.
Such a beautiful morning. It's starting to warm up now. We're very excited. We're here with Terence, Pratt, City Council member. He's also emceeing the event today. Tell us a little bit about why this event is great for the town.
Well, as a representative of the city, as city council member, one of my main things is to advocate for cultural, artistic events, recreational events. And we love inviting people to our city to show them how Cottonwood is growing, what a great place it is. And as well, it's a great way to remember Brian Mickelsen, the late city manager, who's one of the most beloved people in Cottonwood. And it's an event he would have loved because Brian was a runner. So it's just good overall, and it's really promotes recreational activities for folks.
I'm here with Tina Haynes, the operation coordinator for Fit Kids and her crew here today. Can you tell me a little about your guys' organization?
Yes, Fit Kids of Arizona is a department of the Verde Valley Medical Center, the Northern Arizona Healthcare, and our whole program is based on promoting healthy lives in the community. We go out and teach families and children who have weight issues how to make better choices about food, about movement, less screen time, all those sorts of things.
And obviously a marathon goes great with that entire theme. So what are you guys doing here today?
We're manning the water station. And you can see we're very busy.
Yeah. Well, you know, we're just getting started here. The full marathoners just got started, and we have the half marathoners up next. And obviously hydration is a huge part of any type of marathon or any running activity. Correct?
Very definitely. I'll have Kelcii say a few words about water because she just did a presentation.
That's true. Yeah. Well, I just am excited to be out here to just so the community sees the face of Fit Kids, that we're involved and want to try to inspire the kids to develop healthy lifestyles at a young age. But so many of our kids are at least slightly dehydrated every day because they don't drink water. They don't like the taste or they don't remember. So we try to get them to carry water bottles in their backpacks and things like that because even 1% of dehydration, you can get thirsty. And people don't realize that, so.
The 7th annual Brian Mickelsen Memorial Marathon. We are here with David from Northern Arizona Healthcare. David, tell us a little bit about what you guys are doing here today.
Yeah, I'm with Entire Rehab and Sports Medicine. We are actually doing, right behind us is the medical booth for any of the athletes that may get injured during the run. We will take care of any scrapes, bruises, strains, sprains, anything that would come through, minor injuries, and just keep everybody healthy.
And you are also running the 10K today. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, actually usually during these runs we've been doing this Mickelsen run for the last, I guess it's been 7 years here. I think we've been participating medically for the last 6 years. But anyways, I usually try to get things set up, and if time permits and everything's set up and going good, I usually try to run. So last year I ran the half marathon. This year I'm actually doing just a 10K.
Just a 10K.
10K. So, but yeah, so just happy to participate, and it's a great event.
Tell us about the shirts that you're wearing right here. You said that there are other people wearing these shirts. What is this about?
Yeah, actually, a couple years back, we decided to try to get some of our patients involved from Entire Care, and we have coordinated a group of probably about 24 patient walkers. Anybody who's had a stroke, or a total knee replacement, hip replacement, or just back pain patients. We have a wide variety of patients that we have that are walking with our Entire Care staff. So you'll see a lot of the 2-mile walkers wearing this shirt. Team Entire Care. So we have about 20 athletes from our Entire Care patients, and then of course our staff members have volunteered to walk with them. And you may be seeing wheelchairs on the course today, but those are to help any athletes that can't get through finish to the finish line.
I'm here with Sandee from North Carolina, and you have kind of a personal goal and achievement that you're working on here, and Cottonwood just happens to fall into that. What are you trying to do here with running?
I'm trying to run all 50 states with half marathons.
And how did you hear about this Brian Mickelsen Memorial Marathon?
I looked online. I have business in Arizona starting on Monday, so I knew I'd be here for the weekend, and I went to Running in the USA, the website, and I found this race.
Wow, so are you familiar with Cottonwood at all, or this kind of area?
No, I'm not. It's absolutely beautiful, though. I'm really happy and thrilled to be running this race.
And as you mentioned, you kind of are running a lot here. You're doing 2 this month, correct? What's next for you?
I'm running next Saturday a half marathon in Nashville, Tennessee. So Tennessee will be state number 17.
Now, how did you kind of get started with running, and how did this idea come about?
I started running in 2009. I was really out of shape and just had no core strength and no real leg strength. I went on a ski trip and fell and I couldn't get up. And after that, I returned to my house and decided I would join a boot camp, and I started running 5Ks. That led to 10Ks, and that led to half marathons. And half marathon for me is really the perfect distance.
Great. Well, good luck here and enjoy your time here in beautiful Cottonwood, Arizona. That's Sandee. She's running the half marathon today at the Brian Mickelsen Memorial Marathon.
Please join me in a moment of silence in remembrance of those who were tragically affected by the events in Boston 2 years ago. Thank you. All righty, you guys ready to go? You got a few more minutes. At this point, please join me in honoring our flag and those young men and women who have served in our military and are continuing to serve. And we have Cari, who will be singing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched, we're so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night, but our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Cari. That was beautiful. I wish I could sing. Okay. You know, folks, events like this don't just happen. It takes an awful lot of people working together to make it work. And we have quite a team here. But again, without people organizing the team won't work. And I would like at this time show your appreciation to our team leaders, Lin Mickelsen and Ryan Bigelow. Good job, folks. And you know, it's also important to remember the man for whom this event is named for. At this point, I would like to invite George Gaylord to come up and tell us a little bit about Brian Mickelsen, the late city manager, beloved city manager of Cottonwood. He would love this event. George?
Thank you, Terence, and thank you all for being here today. Welcome to the Brian Mickelsen Marathon for 2015. You guys ready to go? Y'all charged up? It's going to be a great day. I'm standing up here today because I was a friend and associate of Brian Mickelsen's for about 20 years. And during that time, I actually worked for the guy for about 10 years. Brian is, of course, the namesake for this event at this point. He was an avid runner and a very beloved member of our community for, I don't know, 25 or 30 years. He had worked for the city for about 25 years and spent the second half of that time as our city manager. He sadly passed away in 2007 at the age of 49. Brian gave me a big break in my life when he made me part of the city's planning staff and immersed me in what at that time, the big project we were working on at that time had to do with the revitalization of downtown, Old Town Cottonwood. That's something I'd been kind of vying for many years. I bugged Brian into hiring me. It took me about 12 years, 5 or 6 tries, but I finally got there. Eventually, he promoted me to the city community development director's job, and at that point, Brian was my boss and my mentor, and I had the privilege of witnessing some things in the guy that I've always appreciated. One of those things was that Brian was a guy who truly led by example. It was the kind of example that didn't just make you want to be better at your job. It was the sort of thing that made you want to be a better person, basically. Brian always emphasized the value of relationships, not only in the staff, working together, but working with our community. The kind of presence that we had in our city and basically the overall relationship we had with the people who lived here. Not only that, but the kind of relationship that our community has with the other members of the Verde Valley. Sedona, Camp Verde, Clarkdale, Jerome, and so forth. He was a guy that was smart enough to know that we all need to work together to address some of the pressing issues of our time. I attended Brian's memorial in 2007 with about 500 or 600 other folks who had also been apparently very affected by the man. He was a really young guy when he got started with the city. He had a very long run of about 25 years, which was very unusual at that time. He got to see a lot of growth. The city's population tripled. He oversaw hundreds of millions of dollars in new development in our town and the accomplishment of a wide variety of public projects, most notably perhaps the very popular recreation center that he sadly was not here long enough to see completed. Brian was a really big part of that whole process. I think one of the things that he was always very proud of was the open door that he maintained on Main Street. You could literally walk in his front door on any given day and get to see the guy without an appointment. It was something I always thought was fascinating. He had a Zen-like personality that I think propelled him through the storm. You know, for me, he was always kind of like the safe haven. I could always go to him and ask him for advice, and he would help me with just about anything that I needed his assistance with. I asked him, where that came from. How do you do that? How do you keep such a centered and balanced personality all the time? Where does that come from? He looked at me, grinned, and he said, I think he wasn't really too sure. I think it was a matter of his own personal nature, but one of the things that was big for him was the running. He told me that at a minimum, the running was something that made him a more positive, more productive person throughout the day. And I'm guessing that you folks probably feel about the same. Anyways, I want you all to have a great day. This is a great event, and it's named for a really great guy. Thank you very much.
All right, folks, we are a little over 5 minutes out. Remember, we want competitive runners to the front for the half marathon. Remember, we have 4 pacers in the green shirts. You will be following Jeremy Wilson on the bicycle up here. You'll follow the pink painted arrows on the ground, pink painted arrows, and the trails will have pink flags to follow. We've got folks who come from a long way to run in this. Right here next to me, we have Brian Mickelsen's son, Kai Mickelsen, who came all the way from Bozeman, Montana. He's going to run the half K in honor of his dad, and I believe his girlfriend, Sarah, is running the 10K. Hello, Sarah. but Kai's going to do the half marathon. So, folks, I will count you down from 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, run!
I see.
2 years ago, I did the Yavapai.
Trying to catch her. The dog is 25. If you're running, you are the. I have my head.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, run!
The annual Brian Mickelsen Marathon. It's amazing here. We're here with Cari. She sang the national anthem earlier today. Beautiful voice.
Thank you so much.
Now, where did your background in singing come from?
Well, I started out actually just singing, with my family, and then I started singing the national anthem for sporting events such as this, and one thing led to another, and it's just one of my favorite loves.
And yes, and of course, the Brian Mickelsen Memorial Marathon, 3rd year in a row you've sang.
Yeah, Verde Valley is very dear to my heart, and Lin Mickelsen worked with my mom all the time I was growing up, and so it was a big loss to have Brian Mickelsen lost, and so it was awesome to be able to share music with them and start them off.
And absolutely, and here remembering Brian Mickelsen, and so many people have said that he would have loved this event.
He would have been floating at this event. Yep.
Well, awesome. Thank you so much for singing the national anthem today. We look forward to many more national anthems from you.
Thank you.
Our whole team is here to help you get the most out of each workout.
Here at the Cottonwood Recreation Center.
Welcome back to the 7th annual Brian Mickelsen Memorial Marathon. We've been catching up with all the different runners and people here cheering on runners, and a lot of great stories out there. And actually, Ashley went out to one of the water stations out at Dead Horse Ranch State Park, and a common theme with all these runners seems to be their favorite part of the course are the lagoons out there at Dead Horse Ranch State Park. So we go out there to catch up with Ashley.
We're here at the water stand right here in Dead Horse State Park, here with Tarrin Walz. Did I pronounce that right?
You got it, exactly.
Good. He's the owner of Northern Arizona Rehabilitation and Fitness. They're here at the water stand encouraging people. As we walked up, they were like, yeah, like right in the middle of the conversation. You guys are so supportive.
Absolutely. Well, these guys are out here spending their Saturday running, and it's a great cause. The Mickelsen run is awesome, and all these people are having a great time.
So what exactly would you say Northern Arizona Rehabilitation and Fitness does?
We are a physical therapist clinic here in town. We help people from all ranges of injuries to post-surgical intervention, even just sport-specific, trying to get better at what you're doing.
And what kind of advice would you give somebody running a marathon? The only way I could run a marathon is if somebody tied a pizza to the guy at the front in the bike. That's the only way I could run a marathon. So I don't know how they do it. The people who do it, how do they prevent anything from happening, any injuries?
Lots of training, lots of stretching, things like that. I mean, the most common injuries with running would be something to do with your knees, a tendonitis of the knees, of the ankle, things like that. So lots of stretching.
And you guys help with all of that?
Absolutely. We can teach you the definite stretches that you need to do. We can help you hopefully after the injury, but hopefully it doesn't get to that point.
We're here with Vincent at Water Station Awesome, of course. Vincent has been helping hand out Gatorade and water. You've seen a lot of people run by, haven't you?
Yes.
And what's one word of advice that you would give one of the runners today?
That they're doing a great job. They're giving all their power. They're motivated, and they're doing their best.
And they really are doing their best. It's amazing to see that you think that they would give up, but they don't. They're just really strong.
Yes.
And if you could have any superpower, if you were one of these marathon runners and you decided split second one superpower to have, what would it be?
have speed. I want to get done with this race quick.
We're doing the marathon in 1 minute. Super exciting. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Vincent.
Okay.
We're here at the 7th Annual Brian Mickelsen Memorial Marathon.
Our whole team is here to help you get the most out of each workout.
Here at the Cottonwood Recreation Center.
It is springtime in Arizona. You could not order a better day than this. Yesterday, super breezy. Couldn't even think straight with all the wind. But today, look around. It is so beautiful here. You have to love Arizona here at Dead Horse State Park for the 7th Annual Brian Mickelsen Memorial Marathon. It's an amazing event that brings everybody together, everybody who's involved, everybody who's volunteering, everybody who's running. I know I couldn't run a marathon, but if I did run the marathon, this is where I'd want it to be. Look at this scenery. Couldn't ask for better scenery. He knows what I'm talking about. Let's check up on Kyle, see what he's up to.
I'm joined with the Hermans. They just finished the 2-mile race here. The whole family getting here and out and running in this Brian Mickelsen 7th Annual Memorial Marathon. Now, are you guys local?
Yeah, we're from Clarkdale.
Do you guys run in this every year?
This is probably my 4th one, yeah.
And what brings you guys out here every year, year in and year out?
It's just a good way to expose our kids to athletic events, and it's a good community event as well. And I actually knew Brian Mickelsen a long time ago. We used to play volleyball together.
So what is something like this? I mean, having a memorial run in honor of him, what does this mean to someone who knew Brian?
It's just really neat to see the community really support somebody that did a lot for this town while he was serving here. So it's just really neat to see a community recognize his effort that he had here for so many years. So.
Now, you guys, how'd you guys enjoy this? Is this your first time running in it?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, what'd you guys do? Did you guys practice a lot for this?
Nah. No. Well, I did at my school like 25 laps.
25 laps. Wow, nice job. Well, hey, congratulations, guys, and thanks for coming out here today and supporting Brian Mickelsen in this run. Thank you. I'm here with David Castillo. He finished first place in the 10K. Now, David, is this something you do every year?
Yes, I actually, excuse me. I run either the 10K or the half marathon every year, and actually also work the medical booth with Entire Care, part of Northern Arizona Healthcare. So usually try to get a pre-run in before I get to work.
Yeah, now I know they had some different changes to the course this year. What's your favorite part of this course?
Actually, the 10K I think stayed the same. They may have changed up the half or the full, I'm not sure, but it seemed to be the same course, with exception of nobody in front of me this time.
I guess that's always a good sign, right? Absolutely. So I'm sure, do you run in other marathons? And if so, what is different or what makes this course so unique?
I like this course because, of course, it's a local event. I like to try to sponsor or support our local events, Sedona Marathon as well. And we just did a run in Lake Montezuma last week to support the technology department down there or whatever. So, but anyways, I just like the local aspect of it. Small runs, a lot of friends that are running and stuff like that. So I just really like the small town feel to it.
Great. Well, congratulations. David Castillo finished first place in the 10K.
We're here on this beautiful day with Avery and Knowle, brother and sister. Your entire family ran this marathon, didn't they?
Yeah,
And which marathon did you run today?
the 10K,
The 10K. And which one did you run, Knowle?
the 2 mile,
2 miles. All right, I got to ask you, what was your time?
32 minutes.
32 minutes for two. I could do 1 mile in 32 minutes, so that is very impressive. Now, tell me, so I see that that you have an iPod right there. What exactly would we find on your playlist today?
A lot of Matt and Kim.
Okay, all right. And if you could sum up this day in one song, which song would it be?
Let it go.
Let it go. We'll go with that. Just let all the worries go as they trail behind you. And I have to say, you finished second in your age category.
Yeah,
And what age category would that be?
that is the 17 and under.
Very impressive. So I take it you're going to come back for the full marathon next year.
Maybe the half.
Maybe the half. So you're going full marathon, huh?
No.
He's not do. Are you going to do maybe the 10K or maybe the 2 mile again?
Maybe 10K.
We're holding you to that. Now we have it recorded. So now, thank you so much, Avery and Knowle, joining us today at the 7th annual Brian Mickelsen Memorial Marathon.
I'm here with the Bagby family, and Zeph Bagby actually won the 2 mile race. And Zeph, where are you from? And first off, I mean, congratulations on that. And what, I mean, you obviously run a lot, right?
Yeah, I'm on the Desert Vista track team in Phoenix, Arizona, and just up here for the 2 mile fun run.
Hey, great. Now, you guys have a lot of family here, a lot of people, everyone participated in this event. Family of runners, as I would probably call it. And now, we have 3 generations here of guys who have been running this. What can you say about that?
Well, I've been running around 50-some years, so I'm glad to run, be able to be out here and still do it at 73 years old.
Now, are you guys a local family?
Yeah, my mom and dad are actually living up here. The rest of us came up from Phoenix for the day to celebrate my dad's belated birthday kind of present, I guess. It's out here. That was his present for his 73rd birthday.
Yeah, 73.
Come up and do a race entry.
Now, Zeph, what makes this, I mean, obviously being a high school track runner, what makes this race so unique as far as the course?
I mean, the course is just easy and the weather's really nice, and being able to run just in Cottonwood up north is a lot of fun always.
Great. Well, congratulations to all of you guys. I mean, you guys have everyone here, so thanks a lot for participating in this. Now, is this something you guys do every year?
Well, we're going to start. Next year, I'll probably beat them all.
We're standing here with Erin from Verde Valley Body Therapy. Tell us a little bit about what's going on behind us.
We're doing free post-event massage for all the runners who participate in the race today. So after they get done doing the race, they can come over here to the nice little tent and get a nice little 15-minute rub down to help them cool off their muscles and prevent muscle spasming and soreness.
Well, thank you so much for doing that. I ran a half marathon one time. My legs were killing me. Got one of the massages. I cannot tell you how much it helped.
Yeah, it really helps flush the toxins out of your body after you run a race like that, because once your circulation gets going, it's got to get away to get those toxins out of your body, and so they don't go back into the muscles and create lactic acid, which is what makes you sore afterwards.
Thank goodness for Verde Valley Body Therapy, let me tell you. Now, you also mentioned something about a school. Tell us about that.
So I work at ASI's Massage School in Clarkdale. They've been around for 15 years or so, and I am a teacher there, and I saw that after the students graduate from working there, they needed a place to work, and I wanted to provide that for them. So I partnered up with the Cottonwood Rec Center in the city of Cottonwood to give a job to the massage therapists graduating from ASIS at the Cottonwood Rec Center. So we are actually at the Cottonwood Rec Center doing massage Monday through Thursday by appointment.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Absolutely. You're welcome. Thank you so much.
I'm joined with Tim Freriks. He finished first place in the half marathon. And Tim, I see Northern Arizona University. Were you on the track team up there?
Yeah, I ran for NAU I actually did 5 years, fill out my whole 5 years of eligibility, and studied up there, and yeah, just graduated this last May.
Now, is this your first time running in this marathon?
No, I've done it a few years. This is the first time running it as like a really hard race. I've done it as a training run before in the past, and yeah, it was a lot of fun to get to run the course hard.
Now, with the half marathon throughout the course, what would you say was your favorite part?
I really like running around the lagoons over in Dead Horse. I really like that part, running around on the roads there. It's like flat and fast, and that stuff's fun. So yeah, that's my favorite part.
Now, obviously, you had a lot of training up there at Northern Arizona University and on the track team up there, which is a pretty pristine track team. But what are some things that you did to get ready for this marathon?
You know, I'm starting to work full time and trying to balance training, and that has been a challenge, but it's been fun. It's been like, I haven't been able to train quite as much as when I was on the team, but just doing my long run every week, trying to get in like a couple hours of running once a week, and then just the normal runs, hour, 70 minutes each day, and sprinkle in some hard runs in there, and that's really prepped me for a half marathon, I think. So
Overall, how do you feel like you did?
I think I'm happy with it. Yeah. I think I ran 71 minutes, and that's far away from what I think I would have run when I was on the track team, but I'm really happy with it given how my training's been and everything. Yeah, so I'm happy with it.
First place, I guess you can't complain, right?
Yeah, no, definitely not. And it's fun to do it at home, and I grew up in Cottonwood, so yeah, it's fun to be here.
Our whole team is here to help you get the most out of each workout.
Here at the Cottonwood Recreation Center.
We're here at the 7th annual Brian Mickelsen Memorial Marathon here with Kai and Lin Mickelsen. And Kai, I'm going to start off with you. You ran the half marathon today.
That's correct.
And what was your favorite part about that course?
I just like the course because it goes all over the area and goes from dirt to pavement. It's a fairly diverse course.
And Lin, you walked the 10K?
No, today I did the 2 mile. I ran and walked, mostly walked.
So I got to ask, are you going for the half marathon, full marathon?
Never. No.
Well, okay, that's okay though, because it's still so inspirational to see. Even the 2 mile has so much to offer, and it's
a lot of community, a lot of people from the area and outside. Even someone as far as Quebec came.
I'm here with Greg, who is here to support a few family members. You have a couple signs here. Who are you supporting today?
Yeah, I've got my wife running a marathon. She wanted to get one done before she's 40, and so she's doing it right now. And then my mother just came in. She did the 10K, as well as my sister-in-law.
Now, where are you guys from originally? Are you from here in Cottonwood?
No, we're coming from North Phoenix.
How did you guys hear about this?
It just fit my wife's timing as far as her schedule to get her race in, and obviously the weather's up here is always nice.
Do you know, have either of them ran in this marathon before?
They have not.
Okay, great. Well, what do you think of Cottonwood, and what do you think of this overall experience?
It's awesome. You guys are doing a good event. I noticed you guys are timing it real well as far as keeping people coming in at different times. So.
Yeah, I know. It's all up to the timer guys up there at the start-finish line. I mean, it seems pretty confusing there, if you ask me.
It was cold this morning, let me tell you.
Great. Well, hey, I'm glad they finished, and thank you so much for being here.
Good to meet you, Kyle.
Thank you.
It is still a beautiful day here at the 7th annual Brian Mickelsen Marathon, and we're here with Amanda Lang here. Tell us about the organization that all you guys are involved in.
Sure, this is YATSE, and that stands for the Yavapai Anti-Tobacco Coalition of Youth. There are 2 groups, one at Mingus Union High School and one at Cottonwood Middle School, and they're working for tobacco prevention and education.
And all of you are involved in that. Thank you so much for being a part of it. And tell us exactly, how does the organization impact the community according to you?
It helps the community with anti-tobacco, as she stated. But we recently just got the parks anti-tobacco free, and anyway, I believe that's going to be a great next step or leap forward in our community. I'm just new in this, and I got inspired because I seen kids smoking e-cigarettes in hallways and other places, and I want that to stop. And so I'm here at the Yahtzee.
And we're all proud of you for being a part of this, making a change in your community. Now he had mentioned something about parks being smoke-free. Tell us about that.
Yeah, we recently went up against the city council talking about how parks in Cottonwood should be tobacco-free. And so we got that ordinance made, and now we have designated smoking areas at all the parks so that kids and adults would be separated when they're smoking, so that kids wouldn't be as affected by the smoke.
This is so amazing. And how exactly do you feel like this organization impacts the community?
Well, it's actually impacted it really greatly, because before there'd be adults smoking near little kids, and the little kids' parents wouldn't even care what the kids would complain about. The kids would just start coughing, but the parents are like, oh, you could get over it anytime soon. But now it's just, there hasn't been a lot of smoking lately anymore at parks with like the little kids, because I've been going to the parks, and every time there's a little kid anywhere near the smokers, they just walk away or they go somewhere else, and it's just a really positive impact on the community.
And they say that the youth is our future. The future is now. They're making a change right now. We are so proud of you guys. Thank you for everything that you're doing with this organization.
I'm here with Gary, who is the winner of the full marathon here at the 7th Annual Brian Mickelsen Memorial Marathon. Now, Gary, I know you won last year. How many years does that make for you?
Winning here, 3.
3 total. Now, as far as your time, how does it compare to last year?
Just slightly faster than last year.
Do you know what it was?
This year's time, it's 2:47.
Now, as the full marathon, as far as the course goes, what would you say is your favorite section or part of the course?
I think the whole thing in general, because you get different surfaces. You get the asphalt and the dirt and the trails, and good versatility or whatever.
Now you mentioned you had a little faster time this year. What's the reason for that? Did you train any differently this year, or did you just kind of a little bit more in the zone?
I think I'm a little better shape and really picked it up. I ran a negative split this time, not by much, but enough. So good.
Now, how many of these do you run a year? Would you say these marathons?
Like 30.
Yeah. So this isn't anything new to you, but right?
No.
Now you're going to be back here next year?
Yeah.
You have to defend your title, right?
Unless someone beats it, but who knows? Yeah, I'll be here.
Great. Well, congratulations again on a great time beating last year. You can't complain with that, so I appreciate it, and we look forward to seeing you next year. That's the first place winner of this year's 7th Annual Brian Mickelsen Memorial Marathon. Full marathon winner here, Gary. I'm here with Sean. He's up from Phoenix, and he just got through running the half marathon. And now, Sean, being up from Phoenix, how did you hear about this race?
Well, I found the race originally online, and we come up here a lot to visit Page Springs Cellars and just come up for the great community feel up here. There's a lot to do.
Now, you mentioned that you do run a lot of marathons, and what makes this one so unique and so special?
The scenery up here is great, and we like the whole reason for the race. It's really inspirational that the gentleman it's named after, that there's so many people that love him enough to do a race in his honor every year.
Now, is there a favorite part of the course or any section that stood out to you?
The uphill right out of town is pretty challenging. It's hard to really plan for that when you're training for it.
Now, an uphill section like that, or say this final stretch of the race, how do you push through that and kind of just block out all of the fatigue and whatnot and just to finish the race?
Well, I kind of go into it with a goal and do some training ahead, do some hill training ahead of it, and just, imagine what time you're going to get at the end and have a plan for that.
Great. Well, thank you so much for being here. That's Sean, and he ran the half marathon. I'm here with Jeff Crane, and he's with Start Line Racing, and you guys are keeping tracks of all the times coming through the start-finish line. How's everything going so far? I know you talked to Ashley earlier, but how's everything going?
It's been great. It's really fast times. Our winner of our half marathon and our marathon just flew through the course. Winner for the half marathon was at 1:11, which is amazing. Winner for the marathon was at 2:47, so it's been going really, really well.
Now, I know a lot of people we've been interviewing quite a few of the runners, and one thing that a lot of them are saying is that the timekeeping has been amazing compared to some of the other marathons. What is it that you guys do that kind of helps keep track of all of these times with everyone coming through?
That's good to hear. You'd never want to hear the other way, so that's fantastic. I think that we take a lot of pride in it. So we have the automated system. The computer picks up all the times, but we don't necessarily trust it. So we sit there and we babysit everyone, and we read out numbers as they're coming through to make sure the system does its job. And luckily today, the system's been perfect. We can't always say that, but we like to at least 99% of the time. Today has been great, but we still have a backup system in place and multiple backup systems in place just in case. Go.
Now, I know you guys were here last year. As far as the conditions you guys are seeing here today, what's different from last year?
The weather is perfect this year. Last year, this time we started getting a lot of wind. It started getting a little challenging out on the course because they were running into a headwind. Today's perfect.
Great. Well, that's Jeff Crane from Start Line Racing. They're keeping track of all the times again coming through this start-finish line. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
I'm here with Mike Blake, and he's with Arizona Track and Trail. He ran the half marathon today.
Marathon, yes, I did half, and it's fun. Good to get out there and just have fun and enjoy it.
Now, your organization, what do you guys do exactly?
It's a track and trail team. We non-competitive. Everyone just comes out. We walk, run. Runners at all different levels. So
Now, how many people part of the organization are here today in this group?
there's 6 of us. 6 of us came up from Gilbert and Mesa area. So
Now, this isn't your first time here at this marathon, correct?
no, I tried the marathon last year and couldn't make it, and so I decided to come up and do the half this year.
What makes this event so special and unique to other marathons throughout the state?
Oh, I just the cause and the being able, the hills and the area, nice combination of road and trails.
So, normally I ask what you did to prepare for this, but you guys are running all the time, I can imagine.
Yeah, we ran 2 last weekend and run another tomorrow. So,
And you guys, how do you do that? Go from running a half marathon one day and then the next day doing the same thing?
just get up and do it.
Great. Well, hey, thank you so much, Mike, and thank you for being here.
Okay,
thank you.
Good job. You're welcome.
Some of the runners are still coming on in here, but we wanted to catch up with 3 Girl Scout troops that are here. What are you guys doing exactly?
We're just here to cheer on the people who are in the marathon and just rooting them on for them doing a good job and just, yeah.
What troop are you part of?
Troop 1919.
And what other troops do we have here?
I'm Troop 1919.
I'm also in Troop 1919.
1919, great, right on. Well, I see you guys have, obviously, medals, as you mentioned. You guys are handing those out. What are those medals for exactly?
We're pretty much just handing them out for the people who did half marathon and the full marathons.
The blue ones are the half marathon and the red ones are the full marathons.
And you mentioned you guys are also, I saw you guys throughout the day standing at the start-finish line, cheering everyone on, which, as a runner, I can imagine that is extremely helpful when you're trying to push through that last stretch. What does this mean being out here for you guys? I mean, obviously, it's a great cause.
It means a lot because I just love seeing all the people just crossing that finish line with a smile on their face, and I don't know, it just makes me happy.
Great, great. And now you are with, who are you with?
I'm with my National Junior Honor Society. I have to have a certain amount of hours, and so I decided to come with my best friend who came here, and then I decided to do some hours for National Junior Honor Society.
Great. Well, it's awesome what you guys are doing here, and I assume you guys are going to be back next year?
Yeah, most likely.
Great. Well, thank you so much, ladies, and keep up the good work. Again, you guys are doing a great thing here, pushing those runners through the last leg of the race, so thank you so much.
Ryan, you are the event coordinator. Tell us exactly what your title is.
Titles aside, I'm just kind of the guy who tries to get this whole thing put together. You know, we have over 100 volunteers for this. We had over 500 people register, so a lot of logistics involved with something like this. So I'm kind of the guy who just hopes that everybody does what we're telling them to do.
And it really is amazing to see the entire community come together for this event.
I think it's really important to the community. I think it speaks volumes of what Brian meant to a lot of people around here. I think that we get a lot of the same folks coming back year after year, and it's important to them now. They really believe in this event, and that's something that we're trying to do. You know, it shows. We get a lot of positive feedback about volunteers here, and they really care, so it's great.
So 7 years this marathon has been going on. Are we going to expect you to run the marathon, full marathon, next year?
No. Thank you for putting me on the spot. I will never participate in this event probably as long as I'm working here. I think there's just so much that goes on, you know, during an event that you kind of got to be available and be ready to be prepared to have answers for. But, you know, I would like to, you know, someday possibly run an event. Maybe I'm not going to be at Dave Castillo's level over there at Entire Care, but finishing anything like that for me would be great.
Well, this is amazing. Thank you so much for your participation, getting everybody in the community together for this.
Thanks for you guys for being here. I think it's cool that people get to get interviewed. They get a mic in front of their face. I think it's pretty neat. The whole event went really well, and we hope to get more people out here next year.
You heard him. Come out next year. It's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having us. Appreciate it.
Well, the 7th annual Brian Mickelsen Memorial Marathon is coming to an end here. We're standing at the start-finish line, and it was just a beautiful day full of amazing stories and everything. Just the entire day was awesome.
You know, and it really is amazing to see the entire community coming together and entire families coming together. I know that we have talked to a lot of people this entire event. What would you say was one of the best parts of this event for you?
I would say, I mean, early on in the day, before she started running, we interviewed a lady from North Carolina who said she was trying to run a marathon in all 50 states, and Arizona here in Cottonwood was the 16th. So she's, I mean, that was just inspirational. And talking about her story on what got her into running was just very inspirational, and just it was amazing.
It was cool because I got to talk to a lot of kids, and the kids who were like, yeah, I've just ran with my family, and the entire family's coming out for this event. You couldn't ask for a more family-friendly event, really.
Yeah, and you know, again, we want to thank the Cottonwood Parks and Recreation Department.
And also the Cottonwood Rec Center. Also a big thank you to Ryan Bigelow and Lin Mickelsen for putting so much time and effort into this event.
Yeah, without all of those, this television broadcast wouldn't be possible, or this event. Again, it's a 7th annual Brian Mickelsen Memorial Marathon, and that's doing it for this year. Hopefully we'll see you next time.